24th of June, supposedly another death in Australia, first one in a month. Before I show you propaganda video from the ABC, I just want to point out Australia is number 79 in the world with total supposed BS19 deaths at 102. And the Australian government, Department of Health, 102 deaths. They've added one today. But look at this, there's only 3 people in intensive care in all the hospitals throughout Australia. 3 people and only 19 people in hospitals. 19 people in hospitals. And they're carrying on now that the second wave's hit Victoria just about. Victoria, 19 deaths in 6 months. 19 deaths in 6 months. And this is a pandemic. I'll repeat, 19 deaths in 6 months in a population of 6.5 million people in the state of Victoria. 1,864 stinking cases, fake cases. I don't give a shit about cases. I keep bringing that up. Don't talk to me about cases. They mean nothing. Now let's watch this propaganda piece from the ABC. It's just come out. Worrying signs in Victoria.
Australia's path to recovery is now at a crossroads, with whole suburbs in Melbourne declared a health risk.
Whole suburbs declared health risks because one person's tested positive. A toddler's tested positive supposedly somewhere. Whole suburbs. It's pathetic. Honestly, it is pathetic, the shit that they keep coming up with.
As we open up, we're going to hit a point whereby the virus...
Just listen to this guy. He sounds like a Kiwi. This guy you just want to spit on. The things he's going to say now. I'll just go back.
Going to hit a point whereby the virus says that's enough opening up and off it goes again. And this will happen again and again and again in the next 12 to 24 to 36 months till we have a vaccine.
Hear that? Again and again and again. 12 to 24 to 36 months until we get a vaccine. Until we get a vaccine, you are a despicable piece of garbage, mate. Just want to check that, what he said.
And off it goes again. And this will happen again and again and again in the next 12 to 24 to 36 months till we have a vaccine.
3 years. 3 years. Yeah? It's going to hang around for 3 years. We're going to put up with this bullshit lies for 3 years. A fake phony bug that doesn't exist. It won't go away. Won't go away like all the other bugs that you bullshitted with us with. Swine flu, mad cow, Ebola, goes on and on. What, it's not going to go away like those bullshit ones did? Nah, this is all different now. This is the big one. This is the end game.
That is our new reality.
And new fucking reality. Oh, sick of this.
What's worrying medical experts is a
Worrying medical experts? Like who? That bozo?
sudden rise in the number of infections spreading within the community.
Look at this. They get a sample. What do they do with it?
Hi, my name is Luke.
Oh, you didn't see it. They stick it in a bag and they throw it in the bin. Hi, Luke. How much they pay you for this? Enough to get a haircut? Have a look at that fucking dopey hairstyle on this guy.
And I'm 21 and I just got tested positive.
Oh, tested positive. Oh, yeah, it looks like you're going to die, mate. Yeah, tested positive, me ass.
For coronavirus.
Mate, we all got coronavirus in us. If they want you to be positive, they will say you're positive without even testing, because the testing is bullshit. It doesn't test for COVID-19. It exactly tests for coronavirus, and we all have it in us. And they amplify it till they make sure they can get it, if they actually test it. But we know they don't. They just make the fucking numbers up. They'll tell you anything, and you believe it. If you've got a sniffle or a cough, oh yeah, I must have coronavirus because I tested positive, because they told me. No, they knew you had a cough and a sniffle, so they're just going to fucking call you 3 days later and say, mate, yeah, you've tested positive.
3 days ago.
Luke Marin is among the latest positive cases.
Looks pretty happy, this guy. What sort of payout did you get? You can't wipe that smile off your fucking face.
So I just woke up Saturday morning and I had a fever. And
A fever. A fever, did you? Bull fucking shit.
I went to get tested and I didn't
Look at him. He's looking around. Don't fuck your script up, mate.
think I had it, but 3 days later I got a call and they said I've got
Look at that. His eyes are going. This is totally scripted. Absolute bullshit.
coronavirus. I still have a cough.
A cough. I have a cough. A cough.
Throat, stuffy nose.
A stuffy nose. Look, we all got it. I've just coughed before. And I blew my nose before. I do it all the time. But I haven't got fucking coronavirus. And I never will have.
Luke thinks he was exposed to the virus while out shopping.
Oh, of course. Now let's have this shit about how he went shopping and we shouldn't be doing that or wearing a mask and keep doing this social distancing garbage. Guarantee that's what's coming up.
Now all my friends are getting tested too, and my family as well.
Oh, all your boyfriends are getting tested, are they? Really?
And as restrictions ease, he says everyone should maintain their vigilance.
The fact that I went out is probably the reason that I got it.
How dare you go out? How dare you go out in 3 months? How dare you go out shopping? You know you're going to catch this bug. You idiot.
If I had stayed at home, I wouldn't have got it.
See, stay at home. Stay at home. Don't go out. We want you to stay at home. Lock yourself down like a prisoner.
And he says people should download the COVID.
Oh, of course. Look how happy this woman is. Oh, I'd be happy too if I got a few $1,000s for this fucking bullshit few seconds of fame, you sellout.
Safe app.
I didn't consider downloading it for fear of invasion of my privacy, but now I'm thinking that it's probably a small sacrifice for the benefit of knowing if there are people around you that could be...
No, mate, just stay home. Just stay home. No one wants you around them anyway. You're a goose.
potential spreaders.
Spreaders? How dare you be a spreader? Look at this. A suburb in Melbourne.
Several infection clusters have been...
Clusters, there's the other word. Hotspots and clusters. What? People all over the world are getting cases. Do they all have clusters and hotspots like Victoria has all of a sudden?
traced to separate families across multiple households. The two largest in Keilor in Melbourne's...
Look at these morons. Morons queuing up for up to 4 hours to get tested all of a sudden. Are you freaking kidding me? What? It's beyond belief, the mentality of people.
Northwest and Coburg in the north.
It's like cops pulling you over for a breath test. These freaking idiots. What qualifications have they got to do this?
And what we have been told is that those families weren't obeying those rules.
What we were told by who that they weren't obeying rules?
We would also have to assume that perhaps the public health workforce was also not perhaps getting out there as much as possible to talk to these people and explain what isolation means.
What, hang on. What, you want everyone to go knock on every door and talk to people about isolation? Are you kidding me? Anyone that tests positive, or even before they test positive, you want people door knocking to tell you. It's fucking unbelievable.
We have been told today that there is a lot more action with more public health workers going out into the field and explaining exactly what isolation means.
To who? Field? What do you mean by field? What the fuck is field? And who are these people going to explain this to? Who are these idiots you're going to get to do this shit?
Epidemiologist Professor Tony Blakely says discouraging people from travelling between 6 suburban areas will help stop the spread.
If that's not enough, we can just keep increasing the stringency of those criteria and basically going into a harder lockdown.
Get fucked. Get fucked, epidemiologist, whatever the word is. Harder lockdown. You are a fucking diseased. Have a look at you. You make me sick.
If necessary.
Oh, let's use a few old people here. Of course, we're going to use a few old people.
Tonight, I think we might have some fish and soup.
In the face of a possible second wave, many are now taking extra precautions.
But I can always go out.
No, don't go out. Don't go out.
They gave us the first lot and frightened all our socks off us.
Oh, yeah,
And
everyone's
now
frightened.
Talked about bringing it back, sort of, you know.
That's because you watch too much fucking TV, Mike and Mary Wall. Maybe if you turn that shit off, you wouldn't have to worry about this and just live your lives.
You've got to be careful and
Gotta
stay
be
home and
careful,
all that.
stay home and all that.
Mike and Mary Wall in Melbourne's southeast are vulnerable to COVID. Mike has mesothelioma.
I have got asbestos in my lungs. I don't think it's going to get any better. It probably puts me at a higher risk than a lot of people.
I don't know how I'd be if I didn't have Mike. I'd be just the same as everybody else. Worried silly. They're telling you all this news, how bad it is, and people are frightened, and it frightens you.
The spike in cases has stalled Victoria's plans to reopen the economy.
The only thing that I can see getting Victoria out of the situation we're in is some discipline.
Love the words. Reopen the economy. Oh, reopen the economy. It's fucked. You have fucked it completely. It'll never reopen. It's stuffed. And anyone that goes to these restaurants and bars with this social distancing in force, you got a problem. You're better off staying home. There's no way known I'm going to go and follow those bullshit rules.
And maybe some hardline tactics in terms of stopping people from ignoring social distancing.
Fuck your social
Henry
distancing.
Brooks and Lily Stokes own a restaurant in the suburb of Brunswick. Now that it's been declared a COVID hotspot,
Fucking hotspot. Get fucked.
they've had to delay plans to increase the number of diners.
Hotspot because one or two people in about 5,000 households. It's a hotspot, is it? Get fucked.
We had some, large bookings that people who missed out on celebrating events like 30ths and weddings and things like that.
30ths and weddings. Who has a 30th? How do you compare a 30th to a wedding?
They'd booked in, over the next few weeks for groups of 20, which would have been a great experience for us and them alike. But now we've had to wind that back again and sort of postpone to further down the line.
You think they're going to have a wedding in your shitty joint? Fuck off.
We just want to get back to the sounds and the
What, they've got a wedding. Going to have a wedding here, are they? Oh, fuck. What a joke.
feeling of being in a busy place. But we still have to wait.
Pretty nervous,
The
you two.
stop-start is absolutely not viable.
I wanted to walk through and tell you about what
They're doing a lot of cleaning and shit. I'll just go back to that. For a joint that's been closed for 3 months, they're doing a lot of cleaning.
Is absolutely
Good acting, mate. Good acting. What are you cleaning? The joint's been closed for 3 months.
not viable.
I wanted to walk through and tell you about what we were planning on doing with this area in terms of overflow.
Intensive care units around the country have plenty of capacity if a second wave hits.
Overflow. Overflow. Intensive care. I showed you. Was it 3 people in all of Australia supposedly in intensive care right now? And only 15 in hospitals. And they're going to show you this shit. This shit. The hospitals are empty.
Now that we've seen what's happened and we've been able to prepare better, we've been able to get ourselves ahead of the game. And
Here we go. Monash. Monash. Every time you see Monash, you know they got these sellouts like this guy.
essentially know what we're going to do each step of the way.
At Monash Medical Centre in Melbourne's southeast, they're ready for any severe cases.
We're ready. We're ready. It's been 3.5 months, but we're still ready.
A lot of us went through a great amount of anxiety and we're all quite scared looking at all the footage from overseas about
Fuck the footage overseas. Nothing's happening here. Nothing's happening here. It's fake, the footage overseas. Take out the United States, the UK, Brazil, and a few other countries, and there's fuck all happening anywhere. They're only fudged numbers. They're nothing. They're nothing but seasonal flus and colds. Have a look at Vietnam, mate. Have a look at Vietnam. 0 deaths. Then you won't have to worry about this fucking shit.
about what was potentially going to come to Australian shores, and I think we all dealt with it by doing, trying to get ready and to prepare for what's going to happen. And I think what we've been through.
Pretty busy place by the looks of things. You know, 3.5 months this has been going. It looks pretty busy. A lot of people dying there. Oh, but you're preparing for the second wave. Oh, not the first wave that didn't even come. We got the second wave. Sorry, the only people that supposedly died were in nursing homes and on cruise ships.
Already has given us a good idea about how to cope with any other escalation.
The big test now will be
Why are they showing this shit? The joint's empty.
whether Victoria has done enough.
If it takes tightening the restrictions again.
What are you looking at? What are you looking up there for, mate? Look at the camera. Sure sign this is scripted.
To control the spread, then it's probably necessary.
Probably necessary. Stand by. Fuck off. Goodbye.